Welcome to Bonus XP. My name's Luke. That beautiful bearded man over there is Conan.
Good morning.
Usually our third would be our third co-host in our podcast, which is Griner. He's not able to make it today due to other commitments. So just picture a handsome, burly man over there who will make some comment about this would look better on PC, and then you have the three amigos here. So this is kind of a weird introduction to our podcast. So primarily we will be a podcast moving forward as a gaming podcast. We will be doing video and audio podcasts, but also delving into reacts, react videos, game reviews, breaking news topics, anything like that. We'd like to sort of jump in and give you our thoughts on that, because I know that in the world and on the internet, there isn't enough podcasts about video games. So I know it's a desperate area that is needed for people. So I figured we'd jump in and fill that void. So this morning we're watching the Horizon Forbidden West State of Play, which will give us our first look at, an extended look at gameplay for it. So we're about 4 minutes out from that. So Conan, I'll start with you. Horizon Zero Dawn. You played it. What were your thoughts on it overall?
Yeah, so I played the base game. I didn't play any of the expansions. I finished it. I'm in two minds about it. On one hand, I really enjoyed it. I really admire it. It's a really beautiful game. Like it's undeniable. It looks fantastic. It's a great world to just sort of walk around and admire. But I think at the same time, it has an issue that a lot of open world games do, sort of, that I've been finding more and more, and that it's kind of, I call it just an empty open world. And so even though it's very big and very wide, and there seems to be a lot to it, after you scratch the initial surface, I really found towards the end there was very little there. The cities you go to have nothing to do in them. The areas will have, besides the basic sort of quests that you need to do, or the basic enemies you need to kill, there's nothing to it. And it really is kind of, they've gone big, and they've really sort of shown, look at all the stuff we've done, but they haven't filled it in with the depth that I think they need to make it endure. Like, to make it endure, because I don't really ever want to play Zero Dawn again, which is a shame. Like, because looking at it, it is the kind of game, and like that would be something that I wish I could revisit every year or something, but I won't. So I'm really hoping that with this one, they've built on that more.
Yep. So that's the thing. I adore the original Horizon. I think its story is very underrated. I really enjoy the story and the performance of Aloy. Like the ending, like, I don't know if you remember the ending. We won't get into it too much, but I thought the ending was amazing. I really enjoyed the backstory of what happened to our world and everything in it. I'm hopeful for this. So I've sort of the belief, I really enjoyed the first one. Obviously, it was a graphical benchmark for PlayStation. I think it still holds up today. Yeah. Part of my hope for today is I hope that we sort of get a patch for Horizon Zero Dawn on PS5 to sort of 60 frames per second, 4K or ray tracing or something like that. But sort of like what you said, I played it a lot when it first came out. I platinumed it and kind of have no desire to play it again. And even when the expansion came out, I couldn't get myself back into that world, and I ended up watching it on YouTube and just to know what happened in the story. So I feel like there's a few things they could learn, and obviously there are a lot of comparisons when this came out, because a month after it came out, Breath of the Wild came out. So there was a lot of argument that year between PlayStation and Nintendo people over which one was better. I backed Horizon, but I don't know. That's a controversial opinion.
I mean, I never played Breath of the Wild, so I can't compare. But I think that pretty much every outlet and general consensus was that Breath of the Wild was better. So.
Yeah, but there is a Nintendo bias in games media, but we'll get into that in a future podcast. I will say, I think they'll probably take a few things from Breath of the Wild. I don't know. I'm expecting a moment in this where they reveal that you can climb anything, because that seemed to be the main thing that people talked about Horizon compared to Breath of the Wild at the start. So it'd be interesting if that's a big reveal in this. We got 38 seconds left before this starts. Just quickly, any hopes for today? Like, I'm expecting a release date, hopefully. Is there anything that this would stamp like your approval? Like, okay, I need to play this game.
No, I was thinking about this. I don't know if there's anything that would really sort of seal it for me. I'm hoping there's just a clear sort of look at like, hey, we've heard the problems that you've had, and we're going to address them, rather than just here's what we want to do and have the same issues as the first game. But I guess we'll see.
Well, here we go. 5 seconds. Exciting. I'm very excited for this.
This is bold television.
Oh, it's zooming in here. One interesting thing to note, I'll just get in now, it is coming out on PS4 as well. So I don't know if it'll be as a technical masterpiece as it could have been if it was PS5 only. A lot of people don't know it's coming out on PS4, but it is confirmed that it's like cross-platform release. So
It's exciting.
I love the PlayStation Studios logo.
Hi everyone, my name is Matthijs de Jong.
Hello.
I'm the game director on Horizon Forbidden West. Last year we revealed our ambitious new project, and since then the team has continued to make great progress on the development of the game. We are very excited and honored to give you an update in this state of play. And in the countdown video leading up to this moment, you have already seen glimpses of the Forbidden West, but now we have something truly special for you. Almost 14 minutes of gameplay captured on PlayStation 5. And you don't have to wait any longer. Let's get right to it.
That's what I like to hear. Just get straight into it.
Easy, easy. It's okay. You're safe now. Here.
And you can tell even with the compressed stream version that this game's going to look really good.
Rolling with raiders. They hit our camp hard. We ran and they chased us down. Aaron was away from camp. Scouting. I bet he's still out there.
What was that?
Raiders got machines on their side. Claw striders. You should go after Aaron. If they find him before you do, who knows what they'll do to him?
No, you're injured. I have to...
Don't worry about me. I'll make my own way out. Get going.
Okay.
I'm going to get that transition into gameplay. Smoothless over the shoulder.
Yep, it's always pretty.
What are raiders doing in these ruins? I hope Aaron is okay.
I miss the days when there was the obvious transition when I'd go to the standard pose of the person playing there.
Yeah.
Where it's like this dramatic look and then like the person just move it around in their standard.
This is it. Yeah, the camera just rotates. It's great.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, look, you know how I feel about long hair on adventurers. It's going to get in her eyes a lot.
No, it's all tied back. It's all tied back in braids. She's figured it out over years. She had a lot of hair as a kid though too. Remember she had a big
True. Yeah, she did, didn't she?
Yeah, see, I don't remember all the beasts' names off by heart.
Yeah, neither.
So I don't think that's a new one. Maybe.
No, that looks familiar.
I think it was called the Machine Chicken.
For trademark reason, we can't say robot chicken.
Yeah. Oh. That's a
Be careful.
yeah. That would have been more clever. That's what I have you here for.
Yep, another one.
Alright, so she's still got a spear. She's still going to convert things.
the gameplay in this game can look so good. I've seen a lot of people sort of. There's a person on Twitter named Sunhee Legend who,
Yep.
like, his whole thing is making high quality GIFs that look like motion pictures of him playing games. And I remember Horizon was the first one that I watched after it came out that blew me away, like how stunning the gameplay can look when played sort of, aesthetically.
Yeah, when you play I really like that when it's like there's a way the game is meant to be played, and if you lean into that, it really enhances the experience.
Yeah. I try to do that when I show my wife video games. I try and play it as cinematically as possible.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll walk up to a legend, dramatically look over it before continuing on.
And it's like, I'm just going to slowly absorb all this and pretend that I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Machines. Better go under.
Is that a swimming machine?
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
That is really pretty. Yeah, they've spared no effort.
I know it's coming out on PS4, but you're going to need a PS5, Conan. I mean, they're easy to get, so just
Yeah, I know.
pop
It's
down
got
to
your
mum and
local
pop,
store.
grab a PS5. Snapmores. I don't like Snapmores. I remember them once because they gave me
Snapmores are
nightmares.
great. Yeah. No, the what is it, like the Panther one? The one that goes
The
the cloaks?
Stalker.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That was the bane of my existence.
to your enemy.
My gosh, yeah, that is bloody
I'm
hell.
not sure. She wasn't just talking, was she?
Actually, that's a good question.
I don't
She's
know if
making
she was.
noise. Maybe she has a breathing mask in the future.
Or maybe we're just hearing it in a dialogue in her head, but I don't know if it was because we were
Could
just
be.
talking and I was like, wait a minute, did she just say something? But
Maybe the game reflects what you say. If you talk to it, she'll say what you say.
oh,
I have friends, okay?
that could be
Not
disastrous.
just the ones you slaughtered. When they come looking for me,
I remember him,
Yeah.
Aaron. I think his name was Aaron.
Okay.
I only know that because I had a pop on.
Oh, I just remember because he had the meanest facial hair in the
He
land.
does. He's got the old Mr. T hair and beard. Doesn't pull it off as good as Mr. T did though.
No one can.
Oh,
you guys wouldn't be allowed.
I thought they were just going to wipe him out to start.
No, I was like, that would have been ballsy.
Just reminds me of what's his name? The other guy from Step Brothers. It's not Will Ferrell.
Oh, John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
He does actually.
Kinda reminds
Oh,
me.
okay. Alright, so we haven't seen this massive thing yet, have we?
No.
Gotta help Aaron.
I was paying too much attention to John C. Reilly. I didn't even pay attention to what he was.
Trying to think of something funny to say.
Yeah, I know.
Trematusk. Alright. Yeah, I don't think we saw those yet.
No, so that's sort of the elephant. Oliphant version.
That was funny.
Classic. Now, see, if they really wanted to show off the improvements over the first one, they should have her try and distract them with a rock and take them out one by one, and then have them catch onto it. And be like, wait a minute. Someone keeps whistling over in this bush.
And they should see a dead enemy and go, oh, it must have been nothing.
I swear I took
Ooh.
out camps of hundreds of people just by distracting them into a bush. And
It's the way. It's the way to play.
I didn't think the melee was very impressive in the first one. Like I didn't mind it, but I actively tried to not do melee.
Yeah. I think it was really fun to it was really fun to get like the sneak attack bursts.
Yeah.
Got like an electric hammer or something. That's a gangster.
See, I love the I love tying them down with the rope caster.
Yeah, I do.
Yep.
That's such a cool weapon that I don't recall seeing in another game. You know, like it was
No.
pretty unique, and just being able to take down like a.
Back to the hunt.
I was going to say Thresher Maw, but that's Mass Effect.
Raiders said they were heading for the
It's yeah, it's kind of reminded me a bit of Dead Space, where they have sort of like these weird guns that I don't know, they did look more obscure things, and I did really like the way that, especially it was mainly with the robots, but like the combat, you could really make sort of try to flow in a really nice way. You know, you surprise attack, you run, you leap and shoot a bow, you trap them down, you do something. Like combat can be really interesting.
Yeah.
But against human enemies is a lot more unexciting because you just kind of spear and you're right. The melee combat wasn't the best
That's
part.
new. The whole grapple.
Bridge.
I love me a grapple hook in video games. Game looks
I guess where's
great.
the San Francisco?
There fast.
Yeah, so as it's known in America, the Forbidden West.
Where was the first
Oh,
one
that's-
take place? Is that a parachute?
She's got a little umbrella. Ella.
Alright, so they're definitely leaning into the like sort of the Breath of the Wild ability to just go anywhere. You can grappling hook over
I
things,
didn't
you
even
can fly
think
down.
about the Breath of the Wild comparison with the floating paraglider.
Oh yeah, he is a
he
a
does.
I just mean it because like they're clearly trying to show mobility.
They're trying to
Like,
show that traversal is quicker and funner in this, which
Exactly.
they have to do. When you've got games like Spider-Man and all that, where it's really fun to traverse the open world.
Help's on the way, Aaron.
It's hard
Yeah.
to go back to a game where it's just run from one end to another.
I mean, that was the curse of Assassin's Creed, right? Where it's just like you can't keep climbing up buildings, taking 20 minutes.
When every game can do that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
in
So
Infamous, you just fly to the top of it straight away.
you're literally just leaping across buildings.
Do you know what's funny? It's a thing I remember getting near the end of the first Horizon and remembering that I could like mount robots, and I hadn't used
Like
it at all to explore
right towards the
world.
end.
I was like, oh,
Buddy.
so that is the Oliphant.
Dang.
That's a big boy.
It's a dinosaur and a half. Look at that.
Aaron, stay put. I'll handle this.
See, this
Aaron,
is
you're right.
a game I can easily get my son into to be like, it has robot dinosaurs.
It's
There's not many.
It's such a,
It's such a cliche, but there's not many games you can say that about.
but it's such a weird concept that it's like it shouldn't work. It's literally like we're in the future with robot dinosaurs. It's like that's so dumb, but it works. Like it works surprisingly well.
And that's the thing, like, it's sort of, they're robot animals, like modern animals. There's one that's definitely a dinosaur, but I'm forgetting the name now. Thunderjaw.
Yeah. I mean, even the little ones are like, you know, two-legged, like they're kind of like
Bin
those little-
chickens.
Bin chicken. Yeah, they're little bin chickens.
Yeah.
Damn.
I did, they're gonna show some destructible environment.
Doesn't look like it. Oh no.
Time to head back.
I loved the ability to shoot off the weapons of the Thunderjaw and then use it against them.
Yeah. It was really cool.
See, this is scratching my Lord of the Rings itch. As Legolas, just
Oh, killing Oliphants.
bring down an Oliphant. Even though it still only counts as one. Show me that traversal. Yes.
That grappling hook is going to be nice.
And the paraglider. Revolutionary.
Why has no one thought of that before?
Oh man. Breath of the Wild 2? Take notes. Paraglider.
Time to finish this.
Dialogue's not great.
No, I didn't mind it in the first game, but I remember the trailer for the first game, the first gameplay thing being like, oh, the constant talking's a bit cringe.
Yeah.
But I ended up liking it in the game, so I don't know. I like Aloy as a character. I think it's a thing that every protagonist has to have quips and inner like monologues, and
It's kind of becoming that way, yeah.
I mean Nathan Drake started that whole.
But he really was the standard, right? Like,
Right before the Raiders got me.
You did
why
good.
have a stoic character if you can have a
No.
wisecracking?
And I think not just Drake and the MCU, man. Every
Yeah.
character, no matter what sort of background or occupation
It's
they
true.
have, makes quips. Like
It has wit.
they've all got a team of
Just
comedy
no one-
writers.
No one dull in that universe.
Oh, big storm.
You always said a storm was coming.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. And it's almost here.
And now winter is coming. As White Walkers come out of the storm.
See, I'd play that game. Robot White Walkers.
So there you have it. The first gameplay footage from Horizon Forbidden West running on PlayStation 5. We hope you
Looked
are
good.
as excited about it as we
Yeah.
are.
I was... No release date?
While we have you here, we would like
No.
to spotlight some of the new elements you have just seen in our gameplay capture. And to help with that, please welcome Ben McCaw, Narrative Director on Horizon Forbidden West.
Thanks, Matthijs.
I was really expecting a release date.
Horizon Forbidden
Sorry,
West
buddy.
is set 1,000 years in Earth's future after a global catastrophe. People live on in primitive tribes, but they're no longer the dominant species.
Oh man, tripped me out then. I was hoping they weren't going to say 1,000 years after Horizon 1. I was like, she has not aged a day.
The future people don't age.
Forbidden West. A strange
Maybe she's
red
born with
light
it.
is spreading across the land, and it won't be long
What is that, a
before
carrot?
it strangles all life.
That's a
Aloy,
bad
our
carrot.
hero, is the only one who can stop the blight. But to do that, she and her companions will have to comb through the ruins
The
of
blight.
old world to
I love
find
that
the
word.
technology they need.
Yeah.
Taking
Bang
it
up.
back to the original Dragon
In this
Age.
quest, Aloy has sent her loyal friend Erend into the remains of San Francisco to find a crucial piece of technology. Erend encounters raiders from a rebel faction of the Tanakh tribe. They are vicious fighters, but even worse, they've acquired the power to override machines. To rescue Erend, Aloy winds up fighting them. But first, she must.
So it's sort of similar how the first one they were corrupting the machines, weren't
We
they?
face a lot of
Yeah.
obstacles as we traverse the
But
ruins of San Francisco.
Even Aloy was
To
overriding them
overcome
in the first
we've
one.
given Aloy some great
control
new
them.
tools.
Was she the real monster?
Using the focus scanner, you can
Maybe
highlight spots that
at the
allow
end of the
free
day.
climbing anywhere in the open world.
See, so they're not doing the whole
Okay.
Breath of the Wild climb anywhere
Can
thing.
get you quickly out of
They've
trouble.
got the glowing yellow lights everywhere
Yeah,
where
it's
you
a-
can
Shield wing
climb.
allows you to safely descend from great
Which,
heights or surprise
okay,
enemies
not-
from
Like,
above.
Traversal's going to be much better, and that's
With the
fine.
diving mask, you
Obviously,
can stay submerged and
Breath of the
feel the
Wild's...
sunlight and take you
I
down
don't know
the
if you can
path
have a
around
game that looks like
amphibious
this and be
machines.
able to climb on
All tools through
anything.
strong underwater currents.
Alright, she does have a breathing mask, so I think she can talk underwater.
A variety of
I'll,
machines can be
I'll go back and
overrun
watch
used
it
as
to see if
mounts
she
or in
did,
combat.
because... Yeah.
Combat in Horizon Forbidden West puts a strong emphasis on
At least it
tactical
makes
fire
logical
choice.
sense. She's not
For
just
close
Yeah.
range combat, the spear
altered
is an
sword that
excellent
can
option.
She's not just that
There's
talented.
a range of combos that have different uses.
I always heard about these people that could talk underwater.
Fellow surgeons add a unique set of special abilities. One of which
My parents
can
said
be
it
used to
about
knock
me,
back
but
nearby
I couldn't.
enemies.
I tried.
The spear can be charged to create a high damage effect that can take down even the stronger enemies.
Definitely looks like they've improved
Wide array
melee.
of different
All these sort of
weapons
combinations
Yeah.
and kicking off
accessible
them,
via
and
the weapon wheel.
well, that wasn't in the first one. So
No, that's good. I think they need to because there's no other melee weapons.
A powerful launcher that fires spikes that explode.
I love that one of the big new weapons is a slingshot. Oh, we really went all out in the first one. We need to sort of dial it back and
What's better than a bow and arrow?
and then, you know, tell the whole David vs. Goliath story. Slingshot right to a Thunderjaw's head. See, the reason I thought we'd get a release date is the last two state of plays that PlayStation have done were highlighted Returnal and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. And both of them had a release date within 2 months of that state of play.
Okay.
We've only scratched the
So I
surface
thought that's
of
how they were
what
going, where they were
Aloy
highlighting
will
these
fight
games
them
and
in many forms
releasing
throughout
them
the
without...
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
all three of them
She
were
must
revealed at the
explore
same
the open
conference
world
last
to
year,
uncover
so...
the secret behind their power,
okay.
and how that secret
And you'd think this
is
game,
related to her quest
you know, it
to
hasn't been
stop the
announced
blight.
that long, that it would be
This
far
is
away,
just
but
one of the
the
mysteries
fact that
she'll
it's on
unravel
PS4 and
as her journey to the
PS5,
Forbidden West
they've been working on it
takes
for a
many
fair
twists
while.
and turns.
Yeah.
And you'd assume it comes out soon. You don't want to release a PS5 game, a PS4 game in 2 years' time.
No, yeah, the longer they wait, the weirder it will be. But hopefully they're doing what CD Projekt Red should have been doing, and making the game properly on both, instead of...
Well, I mean, Cyberpunk didn't come out buggy or anything, did it?
Cyberpunk Game of the Year, right?
So,
Cool, right on.
PlayStation exclusive, PS5 and PS4 exclusive. There it is.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, that was our first Reacts video for bonus XP. So like I said at the start, this will be a podcast that we'll be doing in a few weeks, hopefully. But in the meantime, maybe doing a few videos and a few little topics and everything like that. But thank you for joining us for our first Reacts video. Conan, were you impressed?
Look, I'm excited. I will get it. I don't know if I'll get it on day one, but if I've got nothing else to play, I certainly will. Yeah. I'm keen. It looks like they've improved some of the things of the last one.
Yeah,
they haven't put more dirt on her, which is my biggest gripe. Characters look too pretty in that game.
They're very clean.
They are, and I'm like, she's leaping around in dirt and sand, but that's fine. But no, I'm keen. I'm interested to see what they do.
I know she lost the armor that you get if you complete everything and find all the cool armor pieces. You got this shield armor weave or something like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
deflected 90% of all damage. She's lost that. All that work I did in the first one, and she's gone ahead and just misplaced it.
Yeah, she forgot about it in her bags. She left them at a camp.
Damn it, Aloy.
I know. What are your thoughts?
I thought it looked great. So more of Horizon. There was nothing in it that blew me away. The traversal looks good, so I'm keen for that. I loved the first game, so if I can traverse the world better, which was needed, you can't have the sort of traversal in the first one in 2021. It's just not.
No.
I've played too much Spider-Man. It's too fun to just swing around the city and that game has the best traversal in any game as far as I'm concerned. It's just, I know you haven't played it, because like I said, you're a bit of an Xbox guy, so you just ignore all the perfect games on PlayStation. But
so that's what I have to do.
Yeah, go with the status quo.
I have an identity to uphold.
Exactly. So it's fantastic, and I genuinely enjoy just going into that game to just swing around the city. It's so fun. So yeah, make traversal better in this one would be great, and it looks good.
Yeah, I was I don't know if you played Prototype, but that was the whole thing about that. I love that game just because you just leap from buildings, and I was like, this is really cool. There's not much to do. It's just really fun being able to freely explore. So if they combine that with a really exciting environment, which it looks like they've done, I'm all in.
See, I know Prototype came out on PS3 and Xbox 360, but I always looked at Prototype as the Xbox game because the same month it came out, Infamous came out on PS3.
Yeah, it was very much
and they're very identical, and Infamous is obviously the much superior game to Prototype.
No denial.
So I played that and just had a thing about not liking Prototype because it was the rival.
You're a fanboy,
and I'm a bit of a PlayStation fanboy. I won't hide from that.
A bit.
So
what are you wearing? Sorry.
Oh, this whole thing. I wanted to wear this so I didn't show off my biases and show my PlayStation tattoos all down my arms, but
so I toned it down with a PlayStation hoodie.
The PlayStation hoodie. Before we wrap things up, I think that's going to be our thing moving forward. You're probably wondering, if you're watching this, what makes bonus XP different than the other 1 million videos that are probably down below this video of people reacting at today's news. I think the main thing that makes bonus XP different is we all sort of have our personal biases when it comes to gaming. I find a lot of people agree with each other too much, and I don't know, just acquirer of all things. And I don't hate Xbox or anything like that. I've owned an Xbox, and every time I see an Xbox Series X pop up for sale, I'd see if I can sneak one into my cart and buy it, because Xbox Game Pass, I think, is an amazing deal. And I think that's what that platform's strongest thing is. But I have a PlayStation bias. I've been a PlayStation fan my whole life. Conan, I think you'd agree with me. You like PlayStation games, obviously, but you sort of have always leaned hardware-wise towards the Xbox side of things.
Yeah, I have both consoles, and I play them both pretty regularly, but I lean into the Xbox. If I can buy things on the Xbox over the PS5, I usually do. I just find it's what I'm used to. I find it a bit of a better. We're not going to argue all that stuff, but I'm definitely
that'll come up later.
I'm disposed to Xbox. I think you're right. We all have our. We're not all up to the same levels of like what's going on, and we haven't all like discussed our opinions. We're coming at it with different views and different interests, and so I think you're right. This will be a little more diverse than 5 people who know all the same thing and all like the same stuff. We're all going to come at it with very different lenses.
And we're going to argue and debate. It gets pretty heated when we talk about video games. So, and
it's what we do.
Conan, the beautiful burly man down there that you don't see, but you can imagine, he's very much a PC elitist. He'll hate me saying
For
that.
sure.
But PC and Nintendo, he's also got a strong thing for Nintendo. And I have a Switch. I just haven't played it since Breath of the Wild came out. But yeah, so I think we're all coming at it from different angles, and I think that will sort of make us unique. So I hope you subscribe both to our YouTube channel and on podcast feeds, and give us a shot, and we'll see how we go. I swear there was a song that comes after "Give Me a Shot" or something, and I was going to sing it then, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Hit me with your best shot.
Hit me with your best shot, and we'll see you down the line.
Arrivederci.
Peace.